Hey guys, welcome to 24 Chambers of Film. We are going to be discussing one of the hottest debated topics in all of movie history. Who is the best Batman? People have different opinions on this. This guy right here stands firm on his Batman. I'm a little more lenient, but I don't think his guy is the best Batman. But let's just get right into this. Steven, who do you think is the best Batman ever?
And when we say best Batman, are we referring to Bruce Wayne and Batman or just Batman?
We're referring to Bruce Wayne and Batman all
Okay,
as
okay.
one. You can't be
Okay.
swapping out
No, no,
someone
no,
under the
no. Okay,
mask.
okay. Okay. I think it's more complicated than just that because I think there is Batman and Bruce Wayne are obviously the same person, but they
Let
act
me put it
differently.
this way.
But I get what you're
I
saying. I'm playing
Robert
along.
Downey Jr.'s Iron Man in and out of the costume.
I get what you're
Who is
saying.
who is
But Robert
Batman, the
Downey
best
doesn't
Batman?
have a change in his persona when he gets into Iron Man costume like Batman does. But I get what you're saying. Um, Look, if I had to go, okay, I got to go with my boy, Michael Keaton, Beetlejuice.
So my take on
uh,
this is probably going to be not very popular because I think people did not like this person as Batman.
hmm
But the reason that I don't think it worked out is not because he wasn't good, is because one, what he was kind of stuck in, what they were doing with Batman at the
Yeah.
time, and then two, just because he was already so big. I think Ben Affleck was the perfect Batman. I think he had the look, he had everything. He was just caught in that Batman versus Superman like phase that they went through, and then two, he was already so popular and people just want to dislike him that it just came with baggage already. And I don't think he got a fair shake as Batman. Now, I think if you're gonna then go look at the other Batmans, Christian Bale was another good Batman, which you told me you do not like Christian Bale as the Batman character. You don't mind him as Bruce Wayne, right?
hmm
But you don't necessarily like him as a Batman character. For
uh
me, then the debate does come down to, for example, Michael Keaton and Christian Bale. I think that's a close one. But I think Ben Affleck was the best option for Batman. I just think he didn't get a fair shake.
Interesting. I'll say this. I think Ben Affleck is the second best Batman that we've ever had. I agree. I think he got a lot of hate because of his persona and his baggage of history. The whole J Lo
It was too big
Ben
already.
Affleck, he's had that reputation of people just like kind of hating on him and stuff like that. He's kind of became uh, an easy target in a way when it comes to acting. He kind of redeemed himself in a way like as a director with his movies, but with acting, for some reason, people still kind of give him a hard time. I've always been a fan of Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's good. I wouldn't say he's like the best of the best, but I've always thought he delivers and does his role usually good. And then I thought he was a perfect Batman, especially at the age that he was at. He was a good Bruce Wayne. He was a good double whammy. He was a twofer. He can look
I'll
good.
say
He looks
this.
great with the bat suit. He had a cool voice. They added obviously the voice changer to his thing that made his voice even cooler. But he looked good with the Batman suit, and he looked good as Bruce Wayne. He felt like Bruce Wayne, and he was just more in a movie that wasn't as good as his Batman portrayal, in my opinion.
And the one thing I did not like about his Batman though was the Batman suit.
No,
I
that's
I
the best
didn't
thing, in my
I
opinion. In my
see
opinion.
I didn't like it because to me it made his face look fat. Like it made him look like more like not like just more bulky, and I didn't like that at
Really,
all.
I mean, that's to me. I mean, I get.
I understand why like his when he fought Superman how he had his armor, but even just the regular one, it made him look more like
Yeah, but you've seen
bulky.
that warehouse scene. That's the best Batman action sequence ever recorded or filmed. I mean, in any movie.
Yeah,
And he
but
moved very very agile in that. I mean, obviously part of it's the stunt guy, but I'm just saying like they made it look like it didn't look like he was struggling in the suit. Whoever was in that suit.
looks wise though, he that as far as the Batman suit goes, that was probably my least favorite.
That's crazy,
Best one
dude.
clearly is Adam West. That's the best Batman suit hands down ever made.
Like Adam
But
West is great for his time and everything. He's kind of like an outlier because it's just
yeah,
such a different tone from all the
it's such
Batman
a
movies.
the complete opposite
Yeah,
end of
yeah.
everything
You
else.
can't really judge him. It's not, that's just the
See,
time. But
costume wise, I thought Michael Keaton's Batman had the best costume because it was basic, simple, just black. You've mentioned it before. The only thing wrong with that costume was the fact the guy couldn't turn his neck. You know?
um, look, I like that costume, but firmly stand with Ben Affleck's Batman costume is the most accurate and is the best looking Batman costume that we've had. It's hands down, in my opinion. It's not even a debate, personally, in my opinion. I do like like I said, I do like the Michael Keaton Batman, the Tim Burton Batman outfit. Yeah, it's good. I know you like the Bat Nipples one the most.
Well, that's hands down the best one there is. But I'm trying to
No,
look
no.
at it. I'm trying to
Um,
look at it as a whole instead of just the
like
nipples.
like I actually really like the Christian Bale Batman Begins Batman suit. That also had an issue with his fucking neck being like this the whole time, and he obviously couldn't turn. But like, I don't know why they made his neck like lean forward. Like that pissed me off. I'm like, bro, like I'm getting a headache every day if I was Batman. Like at least the Michael Keaton one, he had his like neck straight. He could like at least kind of like look a little bit. But that one in the Batman Begins, he's like everything would have been perfect in that suit if they would have just gave him a movable the mask from Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. That suit would have been perfect if they would have just added that element where you could turn and the way that looked, and then keep the rest of the suit, because the Dark Knight suit it's not bad, but it's a little too military. It's a little bit too trying to be too grounded, and I'm like, it's not terrible, but I'm not crazy about it. But
Hey,
yeah,
the reason I like the bat suit, and it's funny because we're just completely omitting like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, right? Because I mean, those suits to me were.
I do like the suit in Batman Forever at the end when he comes out. It's that silver suit with the giant bat. Like I do
I
fuck with
hate
that
that
suit.
one.
No, that
I
was
hate
sick. That
that
was
one.
sick. It. I mean, it fits the tone of the movie, but I like that one because he didn't have. I don't even. That one didn't have bat nipples or nothing. But
But
I
it's
actually
all
like that one.
shiny though, and I
Yeah,
just
it was like a cool little upgrade for just for that portion of the movie. I thought Robin's suit minus the nipples was really cool in Batman Forever. His suit in that one was really dope. It like felt
what's
accurate and it
funny?
looked
Like to
good.
me, it's funny because like to me that looked more like a Nightwing suit, except that it was red
No,
instead of
that's
like
a
blue.
Batman and Robin. You're talking about looks like Nightwing suit. Batman
No, the one where he
Forever.
comes out with the red one. Yeah, sorry, Batman and Robin. Sorry,
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah, which I didn't like that they upgraded the suit to look like that. He looks better. They should have kept it the more
yeah, the Batman and Robin suit was way better, 100%.
No, the Batman Forever suit.
Sorry, yes, Batman Forever. The
Yeah,
first time Robin appears.
yeah. That's accurate. It's like accurate, but
Yeah,
updated with like not looking corny. It had like it looked dope to me, in my opinion. So, but yeah, when they did to Batman Forever and they added the red Nightwing style, I was like, that's a little bit whatever. I don't know. I wasn't too into it. But anyways,
and
with
I'm like,
Batman
dude,
and you don't like Robert Pattinson, or do you, as Batman?
I do not like him as Batman. I honestly didn't really like the
That
new
movie?
Batman movie.
Mm.
It just wasn't my style of movie. And I actually watched it recently again just to give it another chance. It's not bad. I
Mm-hmm.
can see why people like it. It's just not for me. Like when it comes to Batman, it's not for me. For me, the
Interesting.
best Batman movie. If I had to rank Batman movies, I would say I like Batman, the original with Michael Keaton, probably the best
Mm-hmm.
one.
That's up there.
Personally, my second favorite then becomes
Batman
Dark
Returns.
Knight Rises. I really like the Dark Knight Rises.
Okay,
I like it more than the
interesting.
Dark Knight.
Interesting.
Then I would probably go to Batman Begins because I like that whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and having them bringing
You
in
like
Ra's al
Batman
Ghul.
Begins more than The Dark Knight? That's wild.
Yeah.
Now you're just
The,
trying to be
no,
contrarian.
it's just the ones I prefer. Then I would say Batman. Sorry, what's the second one called? The second one,
Batman
Michael Keaton.
Returns. Batman
Batman
Returns.
Returns. Yes. Then it would be The Dark Knight.
Dang. Okay.
See, The Dark Knight for me was good. I felt The Dark Knight got a lot of it got boosted
Uh
because
huh.
of the tragedy of Heath
Yeah.
Ledger. Like it augmented it
Uh
more
huh.
and kind of gave it a little bit of a,
But yeah,
some
it
bonus
definitely
points.
helped with
But
hype, but it was
to
good.
me, to me, the end of that movie, like I don't, from when he burns everybody's money, right,
Mm-hmm.
and all that happens, like after that, like that whole, I don't know if you call that the third act, if that's where the
Mm-hmm.
third act starts, where, but I don't like it.
You don't
Like I
like
didn't like
that
the
part?
end. I didn't like
I
from that move point on in that movie. I just the movie good. I didn't like the movie.
I feel like I think the movies would have been pretty damn near perfect if it wouldn't have had the whole element of if they wouldn't have that extra like 25 minutes of Two Face. If they would have saved that for for Dark Knight Rises or something, like he turns
And I
into
thought
Two
Two
Face.
Face looked horrible.
You say that. I don't know why you think that. I think he
It
looks
just looked
great.
so. It looks
I don't
so
think it
like I
looks
get it.
bad.
Like half of his face is burned off, but it looks like fucking. Have you ever seen Breaking Bad?
No.
Okay, so in Breaking Bad, there's a part where one of the main bad guys, Gus
Fool,
Fring,
I
gets
don't
blown up.
understand the reference. Why don't you just
Oh,
give me
no,
a
but I'm going to tell you, it's to me when I look at the movie, it's supposed to be. It's not realistic because it's Batman, but it's still somewhat grounded in realism how they look. And when you see like his eye socket, like I'm like, how I don't like it. Just seems too like too
I
manufactured, too fake.
my only issues with Two Face in the Dark Knight is the way he looks. I think I like it overall, but I feel like they definitely integrated some CGI into it when it didn't need CGI.
Yeah, that's probably. And they should have just
That's
done
my
it
only
where like
issue.
it melted over. Like you see his eye perfectly round in his eye socket. Like it should have like melted over. Like I don't know. They should have gotten
Wow.
Tommy
Tommy
Lee
Lee
Jones
Jones.
fucking Two Face, and then just kind of enhanced it for the times. You know, like
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would have preferred it was just all practical. And one of the few times Nolan used CGI that I was like not crazy about.
and that whole
Um,
thing is CGI, right? Like the whole thing is.
no,
It
no,
looks no. It looks
no. What it is,
pretty because he's
it's
got like that one part on his mouth where it's kind of
yeah.
open and you see like the
There's
tendon and all
actual
that.
makeup on him, but it is enhanced by CGI. Yes, it's not
Okay.
all CGI though. If it was all CGI, it'd look way worse. I guarantee it. But yeah, they definitely got enhanced with this whole side of his. Yeah, I don't think it looks terrible, but I think it would have been way more effective if it was all done practical. And also, I feel like they should have saved Two Face for one of the villains for the Dark Knight Rises. Even though I like Bane, I wish they would have saved him for the third
I
one.
didn't like, yeah, I hated how they just skipped over. Like they basically set up who the next villain's gonna be, and then they're like, ah, but we're gonna go in a completely different direction. They're like, he just died or whatever, right? Like in
Yeah, he's like,
the
I don't
Dark Knight Rises.
understand that. I felt like that was ridiculous. I did not like
Yeah.
that ending. That
And
he
I
gets
hated
kind of.
Maggie Gyllenhaal cast in that role
I
of his
She was
love
fine.
interest.
I just hated that they couldn't get Katie Holmes back because I hate when they do that in movies. But
I don't
uh,
I don't like when they do that either, but I feel like really you're gonna go from Katie Holmes to Maggie Gyllenhaal and try to tell me that shit's the same?
she's
Nah.
got a better personality, dude. It's that simple. But but back to the Batman. Like you were saying, you weren't a fan of Robert Pattinson. I like Robert Pattinson. I thought I do like that movie quite a bit. I'm looking forward to the sequel of it. I just feel like I just get tired. I don't like the whole. I get it. It's like year two of Batman, so his suit is all kind of like handmade in a way. I like the cowl of Batman in that one, the mask that he wears, but I just wish like I just want something like his suit to be upgraded professionally. I hope the next one his suit is ready to go. Like it's been a couple of years, he's not like looking all handmade put together his suit anymore. Like I
I
want
like
him
how
to
you're
look
using
like
the
fucking
proper
Batman.
terminology, the cow.
Yeah, the cow. Yeah. Someone will correct me if I don't so use it. But yeah, anyways, I I like that movie overall, but yeah, I mean, and look, I feel like George Clooney and Val Kilmer didn't really get a fair shake either because the tone difference in those movies are way different from the Tim Burton Batmans and everything else. Obviously, not counting Adam West, but I'm just saying those two movies they went in a totally different direction, which is why Tim Burton didn't want to return because they were trying to make it more kid friendly. So yeah, they kind of got the shaft
I
in that.
feel George Clooney. I cannot see him as Batman because I try. To me,
I feel like George Clooney's a good Bruce Wayne, but yeah, as
yes,
the
not
Batman
a
was a
good
little,
Batman.
it didn't necessarily work as well. But I didn't mind
And
him. I think people hate on him too much. Val Kilmer was a good Batman, I thought.
Val Kilmer was a good Batman, but the problem with maybe I don't think there was a problem. I think Val Kilmer just gets thrown to the wayside because he was there for one movie only,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that movie,
It's
that wasn't a bad movie. Like when
no,
it comes to like, it wasn't
but
like Tim
it was
Burton's Batman,
it
but it
was
wasn't a
it was
bad
like a
movie.
good balance of like family oriented, but not too dark. And then the one with
Dude, to
George
me,
Clooney,
that's what introduced me to Nicole Kidman,
yeah,
and
she's
I
the
was like,
hottest she's
that's like
ever
the
been
most
in that movie.
gorgeous woman I've ever seen in my
I
life.
agree. No one can tell me otherwise. That is the best she's ever looked in any movie. Nicole
Oh,
Kidman in
hands
Batman
down,
Forever,
100%.
hands down.
Ah,
And she's a. I mean, I'm not. She always looks good in my opinion for the
hold
most
on,
part.
but
But no,
maybe in what's the other movie? The one with Matt Damon, To Die For.
okay, that you're right. That's a close second. That's a close
Yeah,
second. Yes,
yeah,
that's a close second.
100%.
That's a close second. But to me, that was the first time I ever saw her exist. Was in Batman
Yes,
Forever. Anyways, but yeah, like I think
and I'm
Michael
not
Keaton's.
sorry. Hold on, just really quick. And I was a little. So look, the first one, what Kim Basinger, right? In the first one,
Yeah.
okay, I thought looked fantastic. Then I'm personally, a lot of people love Michelle Pfeiffer. I've never thought she was like as hot as everyone says that she is,
Mm-hmm.
but I could understand it. Then you get Nicole Kidman. Then in the fourth one, we got Uma Thurman, which I was kind of like that one. I mean, Uma Thurman's not a bad looking lady, but I didn't think she was on par with what all the other ones, you know.
You're
So I
crazy,
was kind,
Paul. You're crazy. Uma Thurman's like up there. Yeah, for me
dude,
at least.
no way,
You're wild, bro. You're wild.
no way,
How
dude.
dare you say that?
Uma Thurman is not bad looking, but
Listen,
I don't think
get out of here.
I
Go look
think
up
she's a little bit
go
more.
look her up on Conan O'Brien. One time she showed up there when she was promoting Kill Bill. You'll never look at her you'll look at her in a different way.
I've not seen that, so I will do that. But dude, I think
no, you're
I'll
crazy
tell,
for saying that about her.
well,
She's
hold on,
gorgeous.
sorry, but let me put it this way,
Don't
and I'm only
disrespect her
going
like
based
that,
off of I'm only going based off of the first four Batmans. But I think in the first four Batmans, the female lead
Mm-hmm.
was better looking in those four than any of the new ones, in my opinion.
You mean Kim Basinger?
I'm talking about any of the first four, like Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. Those four blow out of the water any of the next female, like the other female leads in the other Batman movies.
And the rest of the.
Yeah.
I mean, Zoe Kravitz is. I think she's very good looking.
I don't think she touches those four though. I don't think she's anywhere near them. And then Katie Holmes.
Fair enough.
A lot of people like Katie Holmes, but I still don't think she's up there.
Look,
Maggie Gyllenhaal is like the, no offense, but I don't think she like she.
I never I think people overblew that shit. I didn't think she was ugly. I never thought she's ugly, but I guess like you could tell the difference. She doesn't look like Katie Holmes, so I get it. Like
Maggie Gyllenhaal is a good actress. I'm telling you that right now. But when it was just, I understand why people were like, "What the
people
F?"
were being
when they
too
went
fucking savage about that. I didn't get. They were being way like even when Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless are talking shit, I was like, "Bro, these fools need to fucking stick to sports." You never seen that video?
I haven't, but that tells you all you need to know right there. When Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless getting on the mic
on these guys are fucking ridiculous.
Oh, that's hilarious.
She's not an ugly person at all by any means, but
I get for the record,
in my opinion, but I get people maybe are expecting someone more traditional, good-looking, hot girl, whatever, for the Batman movies. So I don't know. I thought she
record, I'm not counting Gal Gadot as one of those because she was
she's playing Wonder Woman.
Yeah. She's playing Wonder Woman. She's not playing like the love interest. Kind of she is, but she's not like
Amy Adams.
Oh, and Amy Adams in there.
Best. She doesn't look the best necessarily in the Superman movies, but I mean, just watch American
I'll tell you, with
Amy
Adams, when Amy Adams, for me personally, when she's got a nice tan going, to me she looks great.
Just watch American Hustle. Watch American
when she
Hustle.
shows up as like pasty Amy Adams, like from fucking The
This
Fighter.
fucking guy.
I'm like, no, like
I still would. No, I like Amy Adams. She's like probably my favorite actor out of all of them. Her and Uma Thurman. Yeah, like this is about Batman, not about the female leads in Batman. At the end of the day, Michael Keaton is still the GOAT. No one's ever for me, no one's ever surpassed him as the best Batman personally. So
now explain to us why though he's the best one.
I mean, to me, he looks like a guy that would dress up like a guy in a Batman suit. I think that's one of the. He looks like he has. Here's the thing: when you can go head to head in a staring contest or in a stare off with one of the creepiest looking people when they want to look creepy, Jack Nicholson, and you're just as psycho as the guy.
You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
What I'm saying, he can match Jack Nicholson's crazy, which is not easy. That guy, you see, that's I think Jack Nicholson's Joker is one of the scariest Jokers because Jack Nicholson has those creepy ass eyebrows. He had the creepy grin that they added to like to me, he used to scare me all the time when I was a kid. I would like have to move out of the way, wait for his scene to end, and then come back to watch it because he just always gave me that like eerie feeling of just creepiness and just made my skin crawl kind of. And Michael Keaton can match his psychotic level with his eyes. He also had the crazy eyebrows. He had the Batman voice. His Batman voice of just without any type of voice modulation, his Batman voice is hands down still the best Batman voice in my opinion. Like I said, he looks good with the mask. He looks like a creepy Batman that you wouldn't want to see that guy coming at you. Because he has that look of psychotic. And he has a look in the Batman movie before he blocks the bullet from Jack Nicholson and then knocks him into the vat of acid. He gives him, when he puts him down, after he's like, I'll kill Commissioner Gordon, that guy Carter. He gives him this look and it's just like, bro, that guy's psycho. You don't want to mess with Batman. To me, he fits the persona of Batman perfectly. Is my
two things here.
My thing, yeah.
Two things. One, you know what? You've convinced me. He is the best Batman because I'll be honest. When I watched Batman recently, I showed it to my kids. They had never seen the first Batman. And when I was watching, I was like, damn, this guy is a good Batman. Like I was thinking that the whole time. But
and he's charming.
My problem with him as Batman was always not his Batman, what was his Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. That's a lot of people's
freaking curly ass hair and his receding hairline and all that.
I get it. Like people,
he wasn't Bruce Wayne. He wasn't Bruce Wayne to me. But you know what? I think hands down he was the best Batman. Really quick, the part you're talking about when he's holding the guy up, that's when I could really notice like that he has that stiff neck because he's like this, and then he holds him up.
And when he turns, he's like,
yeah. And then
he made it look good, dude. He made it look good.
You know what? I understand what you're saying with the face wise, like when the close ups, like to me, like
he had great close ups where you're like, dude, he's there, he's locked in.
Look, now the more I think about it, like to me, if I had to make the perfect Batman, I would be like,
I would pick Ben
Affleck outside the unit, outside as Bruce Wayne, and then him as a. But you know what? I think maybe now that you explained it that way, I think that overpowers because he didn't do it. He didn't do a bad job as Bruce Wayne. The problem was
I think people were more fixated on the look of him. Yeah,
he can't fight his look, right? Like he can't fight his look.
They did better in the Batman Returns. They kind of cut down his hair, gave him more like a shorter buzz around the sides and stuff, so it didn't look so like froey, I guess. His hair. But I don't know. I like again.
For me, the thing is, I always picture Batman with, a more formal haircut, not extreme like straight Clark hair. Kent, Superman,
straight hair, and he's probably the only Batman that never had straight hair. His hair was like curly-ish, So, I think I don't know. To me, he pulls it off in a good way, and I think like his shortcomings as Bruce Wayne in that sense, because that's not what people expect visually, I think really exceeds it in the sense of him as Batman. I think his Batman is able to overshadow the Bruce Wayne, his at least visual look of Bruce Wayne. But he's also funny and charming as Bruce Wayne. I think he's the guy. Michael Keaton is a started off as like a comedian guy, comedian actor. So Mr. Mom, like
Yeah.
he's funny as hell.
That's
But yeah,
there's how that casting came up, and they're like, you know what? Let's get Michael Keaton in here, and
that
let's
was
make him
like
Batman.
that was like a, honestly, it wasn't, there was no internet around, but that was a fucking, this is kind of like when Heath Ledger got casted as the Joker. People were not into it. It didn't have the same craze because there was no internet, but people were not like, what? The guy who played Mr. Mom is going to be playing Batman. The guy who played Beetlejuice is going to be playing
But
Batman.
see, I could see Heath Ledger as Joker. Like it wasn't like
I'm not saying maybe you did, but if you were looking online, people were like, the guy from Brokeback Mountain, like he had that stigma. They were like putting him because he played that cowboy character in Brokeback Mountain. They're like, and he's from 10 Things I Hate About You. He didn't have that type of like dark turn role really that people were aware of. I mean, he did like some movies where he played like a heroin addict called Candy, but like those weren't widely seen films, So when they announced him as the Joker, people are thinking Brokeback Mountain and 10 Things I Hate About You. You know what I mean? And to them, that doesn't scream, this guy's going to be the clown prince of Gotham. And of course, he is the best part of the Dark Knight, hands down, when it comes to like the character wise. There's no doubt about it. But yeah,
still only the second best Joker.
I think he's the first one still. Jack Nicholson is like really good, and also I can't really claim Joaquin Phoenix as a real Joker because of like now what's been shown in the sequel.
I'll tell you this much. No, forget that part, right? Because you could still consider him a Joker.
He does a good Joker, but he doesn't fully.
But
I felt
I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you. I think people he would have been in the running for the best Joker until people saw the sequel and they were so mad about it that he just like erased all the good that came out of the first one. It's like people just forgot it 100%.
And I mean, let's not harp on this too much, but he's great in the sequel. His performance is just as good. It's just he's just doing a different thing because he's in a different like headspace. He's in a different environment throughout that whole movie. But yeah, I think people definitely will discount him because of the sequel.
All right, guys, there you have it. That is who we think is the best Batman. Honestly, I came into this thinking Ben Affleck is. I still like Ben Affleck a lot as Batman, but Steven made a valid point. As I don't think anyone matches the intensity that Michael Keaton had as Batman. When he has that mask on, he's like a completely different person. And just obviously having this and then his eyes to really speak to you, I think he probably does the best job. So you know what? He's somewhat convinced me that Michael Keaton is the best Batman. Also doesn't help that I just saw the movie like a week ago and I was starting to I was starting to sway that way and I was like, damn, guy might be onto something here because he said it so many times and I was like, get the F out of here. But yeah, so there you have it. Let us know who you guys think is the best Batman. Is it Bale? Is it Keaton? Is it Affleck? Is it Pattinson? Let us know in the comments. Appreciate it if you guys smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're 24 Chambers of Film. I'm Nathan. This is Steven. Until next time.